Yeah, no, we're hooking it up right now, bro. We got you. Yeah, we got this shit, bro. We got this shit. We got you, man. We're here to please the people. All right. I can't suck your cock, but we can fix the audio.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're live.
fixed. And we're live. And we're live.
All
All right, sorry about that, guys.
right, Joe, how you feeling out there? You all right?
I'm thinking, but dude, he's like asshole.
Yeah. Well, we are the assholes, but
That's
we
right.
just fixed it. All right, we just cleaned the cesspool. All
All
right.
right. Well, we're back. All right. So before we left, if anyone listening to us on the brand, we're doing a redo. So we're just kind of starting right off in the middle of what we were doing before. Because we're live every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. over on YouTube. Go subscribe to our channel, Super Ugly Show, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can join us while we're doing the show live. You can call in or write in the chat. But as we were saying, I was showing these gentlemen the nature of the type of person LeBron James is. Now, I can look up for as long as I want, and I won't find one video of Michael Jordan doing that. In fact, you'll find videos of Jordan almost getting his head decapitated to do anything to score, where
That's
LeBron
true.
James, if someone farts 3 feet away from him, he falls on the ground and acts as if someone hit him with a bat.
Can I just say this? You know, it's hard to disagree with Rocky. Like, he kind of gets you to the point where it's like I'm like, as much as I love LeBron, he starts showing videos, he starts pulling up facts and
Yeah.
evidence, and I'm like,
You
fuck,
know what?
he's
He's
kind of right. But in my head, like, I don't want to say it. Like, I don't want to give him the satisfaction
Of
of being right.
course.
But I'm a man, so I can admit when I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't give a fuck. I love LeBron. You're never going to convince me. You convince me on everything else. You're not going to convince me LeBron isn't the fucking GOAT.
Wait,
LeBron's better than Jordan.
over
I'm just
Jordan.
It's just not, though.
Just kidding.
That's the
So-
problem, though.
But we were discussing. I don't know if you guys heard, but we were discussing yesterday's athletes to today's athletes. That's
Well,
what,
no one heard because the audio was shit, remember?
Ah.
That
Yeah.
Well,
sucks.
we were bringing up people like Barry Sanders, Emmett Smith, Wayne Gretzky,
Michael
Jordan, Bo Jackson's.
Cal Ripken,
Cal Ripkins.
Ken Griffey Jr.
But we also have to bring in, like we said, because we had this whole discussion, the point that sports have changed
Yeah,
based on like MMA back in the day wasn't as popular as it now.
You
as
know what
it
it
is
is,
now.
too?
So now it's considered a sport as before. It was
a lot
considered,
of teams.
like you said, it was like porn.
A lot of teams. If you ever saw Moneyball, you ever see the movie Moneyball with Brad
Yes.
Pitt? How they built the Oakland A's to be a perfect team. Like they didn't get the best players at all, but they got the players they needed to play the role.
yeah,
That is what sports is today. Everyone's doing the Moneyball thing where it's like, yeah, there's stars, of course, but there's more role players now where this is what you do. Do
Yeah,
not get
shoot
off
the
the,
ball,
yeah.
pass
Don't
the
get off the
ball.
lane of what you do. This is what we pay you for. Don't fucking do what
Play
we
your
don't.
position.
Yeah. Even Steph Curry, as great as Steph Curry is, all he does is shoot. Every now and then he'll go to the lane, but for
But
the most part, he's
That's-
shooting from
that's
3
the
feet.
one
But what I'm
athlete.
saying
That's
is-
the one athlete that way you could say he's better than Bird.
What
That's
I'm
the
saying-
one.
I'm saying
athlete.
what I'm saying is
No, there's a
You said
lot.
there's-
That
No,
say
no,
is
no,
better
lot-
than Bird.
No.
No,
I'm
Bird
saying,
is
I'm
a
saying he's an
straight-
upgraded Bird.
Dude,
LeBron is
Reggie
not.
Miller was a better shooter
No,
than Bird.
you say
No, he
Steph.
wasn't.
You
What?
say Steph Curry.
No, Reggie Miller was a better shooter under pressure.
Ray
but not a-
Allen
not a better
was
shooter.
a better shooter than Bird.
I don't think Ray Allen was. I don't think.
What?
I don't think a lot. Reggie Miller or Ray Allen was a better shooter than Larry
You didn't
Bird.
see Reggie play while he was playing.
No,
that's
I
the thing.
did.
Reggie was on
I went
fire.
back.
I
Basketball,
love
I was,
Reggie.
I was very big into basketball.
The-
I'd say Ray
Reggie
Allen
Miller.
before Steph Curry. I would tell you right now. I'd say Larry Bird, Ray Allen, and then Reggie Miller. That's what I would say.
I put. Honestly, I probably put Steph as the greatest shooter of all time.
Now,
that's
before
what I'm
saying
saying.
before Steph. Before Steph.
Oh, before Steph,
You obviously now Steph, but
I'd
that's
probably
that's,
go Reggie. Dude, Reggie was so clutch. The way he fucked over the Knicks, time
Of
after
course.
time, but
Of course.
he was Reggie.
That was a great time.
People forget a lot of players from that era because Jordan was so prevalent that a lot of players,
Got
as
overshadowed.
great as they were, yeah, exactly.
Larry Bird and Michael Jordan were literally rivals. Think about that.
Not
You got-
really.
They
Magic and Bird were. Because by the time Jordan got to the league, Magic and Bird were kind of almost on their way out.
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
And then,
Larry Bird had another like 4 or 5 years left, and he was
Yeah, but those years he had
yeah,
the
but those
back
were
problems.
Knicks years. Those were like Knicks years, and like when Jordan, I don't know.
Like Larry
Jordan's-
Bird.
I mean, yeah, because you had the Pistons. That was a big,
Bird
that
was
a big
there
thing
when
for
Jordan
and-
did 68 in the Garden, the Boston Garden, and that was 87.
and they went back and forth though that game, right?
I think the Bulls lost, but it was the first time Jordan like put it in people's asses, and he did it in Boston, which was like unheard of. You know what I mean? Like Boston Garden back then.
I think they almost fought that game. Well, they fought the game after that, but they went back and forth.
Well, that was
like-
everyone with the Celtics because McHale, Parrish, Bird, they were all just fighters.
Yeah.
And same with the Pistons, and that's why you look at the
Dirty
difference.
Team full of white boys.
But you look at the difference, except for Dennis Rodman
Well,
and
Boston?
Isaiah Thomas. Oh, Boston? No,
Yeah,
you had to.
Boston was all white.
No, Robert Parrish, bro.
There was only one black guy on the Boston
Yeah,
team
actually,
back
if
then.
you think about it, Boston was all white back then.
Yeah, back
Yes.
then.
Back
yeah.
then it was
Parrish is the only one I could think of.
That was it.
That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's all you needed.
And then back then, I think the three Titans were definitely.
But
the
that's why,
Pistons,
like,
the
I s-
Bulls, and then the Celtics, and the Knicks. Well, you had the pace. You
the
had a
Pistons
couple
only
teams.
had those two, and it was because they just beat the fuck out of everybody.
They
It
were
wasn't.
grimy.
It wasn't how good they were as a basketball team. It was that
They
a
were
lot of
dirt-
people
they
were
played hard.
afraid to play them.
Yeah.
It was fear. It was like Tyson.
I remember
So-
doing like homework especially when I used to play basketball. We used to have to watch tapes, and my coach would make us like watch like NBA and college tapes all the time. So we'd have homework on players.
Yeah.
Like it was like we had our school homework, and then we had to do this on this player and this on this player, and it would be a different fundamental to learn. So we had to study Detroit a lot because my coach's style would want us to be fucking.
But you would watch
aggressive.
them, and they would literally.
They're throwing elbows.
They would try to
fucking punching.
murder Michael Jordan, and every time he would still score and get the foul.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think like, okay, you know how MMA has evolved? Like you can't put Ken Shamrock against John Jones. You know, like
No.
the athletes today
It's
of
night and
MMA
day.
are
Yeah.
fucking so far
But that's still a
advanced.
growing sport.
I
All
think-
sports
Yeah,
are growing.
Okay, wait.
Hold on, this
but,
is my
but
point that I'm
MMA
getting at.
is growing at a much faster
this
speed.
is the point that I'm getting at. Now with the NBA, could it be that Jordan was playing against
Not
maybe
lesser tier.
lesser
100%.
tier
They were
players?
a lot
What?
tougher.
What?
They were a lot tougher.
Can you
Lesser
s-
tier? Are you out of your fucking mind?
So
Can you say that?
Karl Malone, John Stockton, the entire Knicks squad, the Cleveland
you don't-
Cavaliers.
yeah, but
of
you
the
got
early
guys
You don't
that
think
you got
that
guys
this
like
sport has
fucking
evolved?
Serge Ibaka. You got
Hakeem
guys like
Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal was Jordan's era. Hakeem Olajuwon, Alonzo Mourning, Larry
a
Johnson.
young Shaquille O'Neal, could he thrive in today's basketball?
Absolutely, because he's so aggressive. They wouldn't.
Okay.
They wouldn't even know what to do with him. He was so aggressive. He was ripping fucking.
I think the
rims
game
down.
He's got-
evolved. The game evolved when it came to big man because the big man position evolved. It used to be you were the center, you were getting boards, you were slamming the ball down.
Yeah.
Now the big men shoot. They fucking dribble.
That
Look
was-
at the power
that was
forward.
Hakeem.
Anthony Davis.
That was
Anthony
Hakeem
Davis.
and Patrick Ewing because of them.
Anthony's-
And
Anthony
David
Davis-
Robinson.
Patrick Ewing wasn't a good shooter.
He had that nice little fadeaway.
But I'm saying like guys
Not
like Anthony
Olajuwon.
Anthony
No,
Davis, the
Olajuwon.
Olajuwon.
Olajuwon's the greatest center of
But
all time.
you have guys like Tim Duncan, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, Tim Duncan was a straight power forward, pure power forward. He could shoot.
He moved
could
into
dribble.
center once Robinson retired, though, didn't he?
No, and then he went back because they got
Some white guy with a crazy foreign name, right?
they got somebody that was good. I can't remember. The best Spurs team in my opinion was when it was
David
Tony-
Robinson.
Tony Parker. No, Tony Parker,
Another great
Danny
shooter,
Green.
by the way.
Yeah.
Tony
Danny
Parker.
Green, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, and then who the fuck was the center on that team?
I don't remember. Who was the Boston guy? Not Paul Pierce, the other one.
Ray Allen.
No.
I mean,
Well, Anthony
Rondo?
Walker.
Rondo.
Anthony Walker, right? Anthony Walker, was that it?
I don't remember.
There's another Boston guy that could shoot the fucking lights out. I think it was Anthony.
When it comes to basketball, I think the games change. I don't even enjoy watching basketball anymore. Like
The last
they
weekend,
games on
the
in
playoffs,
the bars.
the playoffs
I'm like,
last weekend were a lot of fun. The Knicks game was fucking amazing.
the Knicks are doing good.
The Knicks, they lost, but it was a fucking awesome game
They
to
lost the
watch.
series.
No, they lost game one.
I lost interest in like basketball games back in the day were a lot more fun to watch
Dude,
because it was a fight.
I grew up
It
a
was like-
Bulls fan, so to me, the Knicks are like Darth Vader to me being Luke Skywalker. You know, like they're the evilest fucking thing.
Oh
And
my
I'm watching
God.
that game, and I caught myself cheering for him. Like I guess like my enemy now has like it's been long enough where I'm like I want to see you guys do good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because basketball's been away for so long, there was a crowd in the Garden. The crowd was into it. Spike was on the side. I was watching. They were down 11, and they came
It
back.
makes you appreciate it more
Yeah.
because of COVID. Now you appreciate like you're like, all right, this is cool.
But it was also a good game, and that was the thing. And I don't know anybody on the court, so now like I'm seeing all these people that the only person I knew on the court was Derrick Rose,
Yeah.
which to me is maybe the most tragic thing in sports history.
Derrick Rose honestly could have been by far one of the greatest basketball players.
Absolutely.
Wait, what
He had a lot of
He
injuries.
had his first injury was in 2012, and he
ACL,
tore his
right?
ACL. And he that year he was his third year in. He came in the league in 2010. He won Rookie of the Year. His second year was sophomore. He
Started
put
with
the
the
Bulls
Bulls,
back
right?
on.
Yeah.
He put the
Yeah.
Bulls back on the map. Like they were like, oh, this is like the next Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
2011, he took the team and fucking watch a Derrick Rose 2011 highlight reel. He took the team and just murked it. And then they went against the Heat in the 2011 finals, I think, 2011, 2012, and he tore his ACL. And then he could never come back. He was so explosive.
That's the thing. He played like a '90s player. Where
he played like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he
played like
went
Michael
hard,
Jordan.
and his cuts were fucking tough.
He had
where-
one year where you could compare to honestly, and they would. You compare it to '96 Jordan.
Yeah,
That's how good he
when
fucking
he first
was.
started playing with the Bulls, everyone was like, "Oh shit, we might have another mic on it." Like, he was amazing. He
So
still is
you're-
a great
so-
player.
so
but
what
now
he had
he's
to change.
more cautious.
He had
Yeah.
to change
Are
his game
you?
up.
So you're saying the competition is still up to par as it was back in the 90s?
I'm saying so Derrick Rose was my favorite player. That's the guy who I mimicked my fucking basketball game off. I played my whole life. I mimicked my basketball game off Derrick Rose. So like the way people watch Jordan and they're like that's their who they want to be like you said.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose never wanted to be anybody but him. He even said it when they did the Jordan comparisons. He's like, why can't I be MVP? Why
And
not
you know
me?
what I liked about him? You'll never see him flop. And he would go to the hoop and take a fucking ass whooping.
Bro, he was so he would do a hop. He would dunk. There's a he played the Thunder, and this is the Thunder when it was like Kendrick Perkins, who's a good big man. You know what I'm saying? Serge Ibaka. You had Dabio Saflosha, who was it's like 6'10" shooting guard. You had Russell Westbrook, one of the most explosive point
And
guards ever.
young Russell
And you
Westbrook.
had Kevin Durant. And he goes up and dunks on this whole team, literally down the paint,
They're all there.
side. And his
he's over all
crossovers
of them.
weren't fancy. It was just how explosive he was.
Yeah.
It's literally left, right, through the legs, spin, hop step, and he would off a hop step dunk the ball on teams.
Like, handles are great and all, but you look at all the greats. I mean, even Jordan, like, he wasn't the fanciest fucking dribbler. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't the fanciest.
No, but he was effective and efficient.
His crossover was crazy because he
crossover
would catch everybody
The
on that
crossover
shit.
didn't change and become what it is today until Allen Iverson. You
Yeah.
know, they literally
He
made the
perfected
carry
it.
rule.
He
They made the carry rule because of Allen Iverson.
But Jordan's crossover, how many times have you seen him break people's ankles? And it looks
It's
like it
simple.
was nothing. Yeah,
It's
like
simple.
for him. But you're so worried about what he's going to do because he could do it anyway, and anywhere from the court. So like,
All right, how about this? All right, let's change from basketball. We're going to go back to MMA real quick. All right?
Mhm.
Let's do yesterday to today. All right?
Okay,
How about this?
today's way
Stop.
better.
Stop. Anderson Silva, Prime, versus what's the
Adesanya,
Adesanya.
Prime.
Well, he's Prime now.
So you're saying Silva and Adesanya Prime? That's a good fucking fight. I don't know who comes out on top. But what I'm saying is, if for legends, if you said Jordan Prime, LeBron Prime, you're gonna take Jordan, 100%. If you say Silva Prime, Adesanya Prime, you're gonna say it's gonna be a good fucking fight. That's the difference. Is there's so many more legends today because, like you said, it changed after GSP.
Well,
you had to get
what
good
about
at everything.
What about Khabib GSP? Or
That's another thing.
Or Matt Hughes Khabib.
you know what it is too. Like
That's another thing.
Here's the
Think
problem-
about the fucking farm boy
Here's the
versus.
problem with MMA. You'll have legends where you go, he's a legend. I respect what he did, but he'd get his fucking ass handed to him today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
but you can't say
Because-
that in basketball. You can't say that in football.
You can with some people, like the guys from the '60s and '70s, where they're like Pistol Pete Maravich. I'm like,
Yeah,
Pistol
he's
Pete
a
will get
plumber.
fucking smoked.
He's
you know what
a
I mean?
plumber on
Like,
the side.
like even like Wilt and Kareem, like in today's game, Wilt didn't have a 3-second rule. The
Yeah.
dude could just stand underneath the net and wait for the ball to
That's
be passed
true.
to him and just.
And he was
he was a foot and a half taller than
towering
everybody.
over everybody. He
Like-
didn't even have to fucking.
But-
He just went like this.
When
Yeah.
people bring up Wilt Chamberlain, I always get sick. Where I'm just like, shut up. I'm like, he was playing in a league where he was a foot and a half taller than everyone with a no 3-second rule. Like, imagine Shaq with a no 3-second rule.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Like, he'd be scoring 80
be a
points a
different
game.
game.
Yeah.
That's
He would
be a
be
different game.
nonstop.
But
Shaq
like,
was so strong.
well, what I'm saying is,
God.
so MMA, I'd have to say, new school is a lot better than
So
than the old
much more
school.
evolved.
It's-
Definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
But it evolved in a better way. Basketball, the game evolved in a different way that some people can say is better, and some people can say it's more.
Well, basketball
it's
brought.
not as fun to watch.
It isn't.
Basketball
It's
used
too
to be
competitive.
It used to be very fundamental, like this is what we do in basketball, and then the street aspect of it crossed over into basketball.
And that was because of Allen
And-
Iverson.
No, even before that, dude. That came in the 70s, dude.
Well, yeah, I guess you had guys that were influential in different areas, like Dennis Rodman. You had guys that kind of changed it, like Artest might not be the all-time Hall of Fame small forward, but he's respected for the way he changed the game by being a brawler, being a scrapper.
He fucked his whole legacy up, though. He fucked his legacy up big time, and he'll be remembered for that moment and
Who's
nothing
that?
else. Ron Artest.
What I'm saying is, you have these influential
Wait,
players that
He
came
was
in.
the
and
one that ran into the crowd and started fighting the crowd during a playoff game because the guy threw beer on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty gangster.
No, I like.
You know what I'm saying?
But
It's pretty bad. He should have probably considered MMA, honestly.
But he also, like, control yourself. You're being paid millions of dollars to bounce a ball, and a guy throws a beer on you, and you're going to go and assault him. Like, I get it. Don't throw beer at me, but still,
Yeah.
like.
But put yourself in that situation. Tensions are already high. It's a fucking close game. You're
Yeah.
upset. You're angry. You might not think you're performing.
He could have lost everything over that one moment. You know, everything he worked for his whole life, all the money. If he really fucking hurt that guy, he could have got sued like crazy and thrown in the prison.
Well, he punched like 4 people. It wasn't just one guy.
It was him and James
I wanna see
O'Neal, right?
this. I want to see this.
The
You don't
Bro?
remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't remember when he ran in the stands and just started fucking
He
people
was
up?
laying on the scoreboard, and all of a sudden a beer came flying and hit him right on. Perfect shot.
Who is this?
Ron Artest.
Meta World
Okay.
Peace.
And
now,
he just jumps up and runs right into the crowd and just starts swinging on motherfuckers. Dude, I saw it live. I was at a
but
bar.
I wish I would have seen that
and
live.
I'm sitting at a bar literally just like this, and there's a TV up there. And
How rowdy did everybody get after that?
well, the bar was kind of dead. So I'm with my boy Sal, and he's not paying attention. He was doing whatever, talking to someone. I'm just watching the game, and I literally caught it right when the beer hit him, and I'm looking, and brawl breaks out, and I go, what the fuck? I look at the bartender. I go, is this a live game right now? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is like some movie shit. I'm like, yo,
this it
Sal.
right here?
Look. Yeah. I'm like, look at this shit. And it was the craziest thing I've seen in sports probably ever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything as.
No, Khabib and McGregor changed.
That was fucked up.
That was. I think that's a little.
But
crazier
that was
than him.
fighters going after fighters.
No,
No, he was going
no.
after coaches, the,
Yes,
the
fucking
teams,
the team was
civilians,
was
hopped in
punching
that. Yeah,
McGregor.
his whole fight team. So yeah, I guess they're fighters, but they were coaches. Like the
And-
guy that
and
the
you're-
guy that Khabib fought was
And
Connor's,
you're also in a fight atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
this
you
is an
gotta think-
NBA game.
but that pressure and it can be related to the same thing. All sports,
No, I get.
you know.
Again,
So like,
I completely,
even though a fight is like, all right, yeah, we're fighting, that's a fight for them.
I can understand that, but when you're in the fight atmosphere and you're in an MMA fight, it's a lot different than being in an. No
But
one's
if you do
expecting
that
a
with all
fight.
sports.
No one's expecting a fight to break out of an NBA game. You know what I mean? Where at a UFC event,
I think that
The testosterone levels and-
you were expecting fights. There used to be, especially your generation with the Jordan. We just talked about Dirty Detroit. There was fights all the time. You expected that. It's like a hockey game. You're like, all right, they're gonna play hockey, but
No,
they're gonna fight.
well, yes and no, because basketball, while you had the Pistons and you had people like that, fighting was not a normal occurrence still, though. If it happened 10 times during a whole season, total, that was a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it was
Yeah.
very, very rare to see fights in basketball because they always got broken up real quick.
I just think the pressure in all sports, football, basketball, the hockey, you don't really see too many baseball fights, but they happen.
Well, with basketball, too, like, I guess any sport, but mostly basketball, it's all about your hands. So you hit somebody and fuck your hand up, you're done. Like, you can't play. That's it.
Yeah.
If you tweak your hand in football and you're not a receiver, you can still play.
That's true.
You know what I mean? If you can still fight.
They-
People fight
we
with
had
broken
guys on my
hands.
team that would have fucking that be on the line. They'd have their cast on. And they'd
Yeah.
be able to play still.
Because if you're on the line, that's all. You
Yeah.
just need that. Because you
Yeah.
can't grab, and if you do, it's a penalty. So
Yeah.
now you're just using your hands as it is. You know, did you watch it?
No, which one is that? I was fucking.
Just what'd you look up?
type in Ron Artest.
What search are you using?
Type in Ron
Look,
Artest.
he's
Why are you
using
always on
Yahoo.
fucking
Go
Yahoo,
to
bro? Aren't you
Google,
supposed to be
bro.
the tech guy? You fucking
What?
jerk off.
Which one is it?
Go to Google and put in Ron Artest
Brawl.
fights crowd.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The Ron Artest fight.
Just put in Ron Artest and it'll probably be the first thing that pops up.
honestly.
Which one is it?
I don't know. Just pick the first one. Lower that. Lower that. Oh, my
It's
God.
supposed to have any volume.
Well, it does.
Oh my god, we gotta get
Dude,
a new
he
tech
is the
guy.
worst. And he's like, why wouldn't you go to YouTube or Google? You go to Yahoo and search Yahoo. What does it say on the description of it?
Mobbed by fans, Toyota Center, blah blah blah. No, I don't know.
You're the worst. Just drop it, Rich. All right?
Yeah.
Just move on.
Don't try to play it.
'Cause
Sorry,
he's
sorry
still
guys.
using Yahoo. That's,
Sorry,
That's
guys.
what's driving me even more crazy. is that
Tell me
he's still
YouTube.
using Yahoo.
YouTube.
He's the
Holy
worst.
shit.
Absolute worst. Don't put that up on our screen either. We might get hit with that.
No.
No, that's not it. He was playing with Indiana when it happened, or against Indiana.
No, he was on Indiana.
He was on Indiana. Yeah.
He was on Indiana when it happened.
Yeah. Is that a Rockets jersey he's in?
Who was that? Scottie Pippen?
No, that was our test.
I don't know.
That's right. Pippen did play for the Rockets.
Yeah, I think that was.
And the
Pippen.
Lakers. No, there was he had the blue Rockets jerseys, those blue and white ones where it had that like big rocket up here. Those were the ugliest jerseys. That old one,
there's a lot of ugly jerseys. Like look at the Sonics. The Sonics jersey is ugly as fuck.
The white one's dope though. The green one's ugly. The white one's dope.
I didn't.
The Houston Rockets white one with the red and yellow lettering.
That one's hard.
That one's dope.
Was hard.
The Charlotte Hornets jerseys, the original
The
ones.
original ones?
The original ones.
Yeah,
the teal ones.
The
Those
teal,
were
the teal, and then
dope.
the purple and teal. Those were for the away games. It was purple and teal, and then home was teal and purple.
That was the first jersey I ever owned. Alonzo Mourning, Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
I love Alonzo.
Remember all the starter jackets and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, those are so good. All the starter stuff was great back then.
Is that it? Like, what are you doing?
No, I'm just fucking around.
Oh.
But, who the fuck knows? They can't even see anything anyway. It's in like.
No, I don't care that
VHS
it's on in the
quality.
background. I'm just wondering if you're looking at the actual clip because you're still using Yahoo to search. I don't.
You guys suck.
See how frustrating he is, though? Like, we give him the answer to find it, and he just refuses. And he asked us, though. He's like, what is it? And we tell him, and then we're like, dude,
you know
don't
what?
use
You're,
Yahoo.
You're his best friend, and you see him, a lot in life. But I have to work with him and deal with this.
Yeah.
He'll ask us things, and we'll give him the answer, and then he'll still he'll ask other people, and they'll tell him that he's retarded. The other day he comes in and he had to put gas in something. He's like, "You think I can put gas in this water bottle?" This gallon bottle, and we're like, hell no.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like,
somebody else.
and then he asked some random guy. Me and Connor both told him, hell no. And he asked some random guy that's in my chair that he never met, and the guy's like, no, boss, I don't think that's a smart idea. And he's like, okay, you know what? It makes sense. And then we're like, you know what, Richie? No, do it.
Yeah.
We're like, put it in a plastic bag. It'd be even better.
I was like, you serious? And they're like, they got upset with me.
Well,
because you're a fucking
Did you
jerk.
hear the story about how he set himself on fire in my backyard?
Oh my God, no! Let's hear this.
Okay, so we have a fire going, just normal fire. Started getting a little low, and instead of doing it the normal way, Richie goes, "I'm gonna grab some gasoline and throw it on the fire." So he takes the thing, gasoline, shoots right back into the can. He now throws the can.
Yeah.
Gas and fire gasoline goes
So it's
spraying
the trail?
everywhere,
Yeah.
lands on his sweatpants. He starts going on fire. My backyard's on fire.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy.
I had to drop roll. Fucking,
Stop.
they had to put a blanket
Drop.
on me.
Settle down.
Lucky
Open
my
up.
boy
Shop.
Khalif was here, and he was quick thinking. He took the pool feet bath thing
Yeah.
and covered the main fire and got it out. But this fucking dummy.
Sounds like Richie. Who else but Rich?
And we're all sitting there, and we're like, "Fuck, is Richie gonna die in the backyard right now?" Because literally, it wasn't a small little bit.
I almost got Paul Walker.
It was like
Oh
his
my
shin
God.
covered in fire. It was pretty fucking bad. Yeah, not a good time. Not a good time.
All right.
He's not the brightest person. We all know this.
You got anything in that fucking thing we got there or what?
I got a bunch of stuff. Did anyone watch Army of the Dead?
I was gonna start it. Batista is hit or miss for me, so I didn't know if I should start it or not.
How is it?
It's cool. It's a fun movie. It's not a zombie movie where, there's no scares. There might be some jump scares here and there, but it's not meant to be scary. It's more of a heist movie.
Yeah.
Where this, a group of whatever they are asked to go get
Mercenaries.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see the beginning where the fucking army crashes into whatever, and then the army people
they
turn
let loose
into
a thing. Yeah. Don't give that part away because it kind of explains how the whole zombie thing started.
Okay.
But and then the beginning's cool. It's like one of those slow motion, chaotic things. Who else did it? Somebody else did. Like Deadpool, kind of in the car.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing where there's so much chaos going on, and
Yeah.
the opening's cool. Batista, I want to like him so much as just an actor.
Yeah.
I
He's
always
just not.
I watch him in things, and I'm like, I really want to like you.
What was the one he did? Iron Fist or with
I didn't watch
RZA?
that one. Yeah,
With RZA, it was just.
I think that was his first movie, actually.
Yeah, it was.
The Man with the Iron Fist, and he was like the brass guy.
Yeah, it was
He
terrible.
wasn't bad in the Jodie Foster movie, Hotel Artemis.
I didn't see that.
He wasn't bad in that. And then the movie where he brings the blonde girl across Brooklyn. I forget the name of it. You know, that one was all right too. But
Batista movies is like second. Like when you think wrestlers in movies, Rock, John Cena.
see, but
decent.
he's trying
It's
to
lower grade Rock.
No, that's the thing.
That's
He's
not true. You got Pain and Gain. That's a fucking great movie.
Yeah, and name me Rock. Anything The Rock has done
No.
as big as Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers. Like
What? Stop.
Go,
Fast and
go ahead.
Furious.
Not bigger than Avengers.
Fist 5?
Not bigger
What?
than Avengers.
Bro, The Rock is fucking huge.
All right, now
Are you joking?
now give
Nah,
me,
but not bigger
he
than.
is-
He's
now
right. You
give-
can't compare it to Marvel.
now
You
give me
can't compare
one
it to
movie
Marvel.
where The Rock isn't in a popcorn movie, where he's playing a serious acting role, a real acting role.
Guys, in the chat?
Yeah,
You guys
exactly.
want to help me out
He's-
here?
I got just dead silent.
Now Batista, in an interview that I read, he made a point to be like, respect The Rock, love what he does, but I'm not trying to be The Rock. Like I want to do real acting.
And his acting in Guardians of the Galaxy is, you know what? I forgot about that. But that's way better than any acting
Dude,
he's
Drax in the Avengers universe is top 3 characters. There's not a time or a moment when he's on screen where he's not hilarious. He is so fucking funny in that
Yeah.
movie.
done. He kills that.
He murders
in
it,
the
and
Avengers
deadpan
and Guardians,
too. Like
yeah.
it's deadpan humor.
Yeah, you're right.
It's amazing.
I'd honestly put
People
that.
don't
I'd put those up
respect-
against any Rock movie.
People
Seriously.
don't respect comedy enough to.
Except Pain and Gain.
Painting Game was good. That was actually a real acting role. There you
That
go.
and he killed that. He killed that.
But people don't respect acting comedians enough because they just go, "Well, he's funny." It's easy.
Mm.
Comedy acting is harder. You can ask any dramatic actor.
Yeah.
It's the hardest type of acting because you have to do 20 takes of the same joke
And it has
and
to
still
be
make it funny.
And you have to make strangers laugh.
Yeah.
That's a response that is not. You can't.
It's hard because
you
it can
can't
come off.
plan
It can come
And you
across
can't
as.
predict it.
It comes
no,
across as corny
exactly.
sometimes if they do the wrong
Yeah.
way. You can be
a
like,
lot
"Oh,
of the times. Think
like
about
look
it.
at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart stand up before his stand up kind of got corny over the years, but I'm saying his original stand up broke the fucking internet.
See, I
One of
think
the
his best one was the one with the gun compartment. I think that was his best one
Nah,
to date.
I'm a grown.
Because that was after the Philadelphia Stadium, and he brought it back to a smaller venue for him, but it was like the Garden or whatever. It was in England, actually.
What's the one I think seriously funny when he's talking about? My mom told me to tell you to mind your damn business.
Is that
bitch.
the one with the dad where he's hitting everybody with his dick, too?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's. I think the one.
but that's what started his
the
like.
gun compartment one had me crying,
Yeah, that one was a good
crying,
one.
laughing. That
What
whole
I'm saying
thing.
is, you see stand up and he's a funny fucking guy. You see his movies and there's not a lot that you fucking are gonna be like, this is a funny movie. He's funny in this.
But that's still night and day because how many stand-up people try to go into movies or go into TV and fail miserably? And
Look,
but are
Dave
the
Chappelle did
funniest.
And both and everything. Dave
Yeah, but
Chappelle's funny.
Dave Chappelle is he's an exception to the rule. Also,
He's definitely the GOAT.
But you're naming, the best people there are.
But I think
There's-
Kevin
there's-
Hart could be in the conversation as one of the best comedians. Obviously not better than Dave Chappelle. but
Stand
he-
up?
I mean, you can go back to Richard
He's
Pryor
very
and you can
funny,
go back
but
to
it-
Eddie Murphy. But I'm saying,
I-
which are all classic legends. But
Not a white guy named. Look at this racist motherfucker.
who's the old white guy?
George
Carlin.
Carlin.
Yeah,
George
yeah,
Carlin.
yeah. George Carlin is definitely.
But even Louis C.K., like, regardless of all the bullshit that's gone on with him, when Louis was doing comedy on stage, no one was better. He was murdering fucking stages, and everybody in the comedy game at that time, I don't give a fuck who you are, white, black, Hispanic, was going, I need to get to where Louis at. What Louis doing is
Yeah.
ground, like,
he had the thing, he had the show, he had the fucking stand
Yeah.
up. He had, you know,
he's a legend.
he was everywhere.
I don't. But who else? Give me another white comedian
Jerry
besides Louis.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And the way that the way that Louis C.K. did the show
Bill Burr.
was different than everybody.
Oh,
Also.
Bill
Yeah.
Burr. Bill
Yeah.
Burr is definitely a go-to.
Well, Louis, he took sitcom and made it not sitcom, kind of have drama aspects, and completely did it like almost Renegade style, where it seemed like someone just grabbed the camera and was like, all right, let's just
Yeah.
film, and here we go, and there's no
Yeah.
script, and
It looked more simpler than it was.
it looked
Because-
real, like we're watching Louis' real life.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
But who were we saying before? Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's. He's up there.
He worked his way. We remember
He's
seeing
so
him like
fucking
when he
funny.
was not even.
When did
He's
we
so
see him?
fucking funny.
We seen him at in Connecticut. Yes.
That's right, my bachelor party.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
How was
Yeah.
that? Sounds like a fucking
We see-
blast. Sick invite.
We got thrown out of the club.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But that's right. I forgot we seen him at the comics in Foxwoods.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. That was a good time. I
Yep.
seen him there, and I saw him at the Opie and Anthony comedy thing at Jones Beach, where they had like 10 comics, which that thing was awesome. But stand-up comedy's it's rough. It's just you. It's all on you, and you can't predict what people are going to think is funny. That's why, when people like Patrice say rape can be funny, is rape itself funny? No. But can someone come up with a joke or come up with something on stage
Of course.
using
I think
rape
that's
and
why
making funny?
Dave Chappelle is so funny, because he can bridge the gap between racism and making it funny, and like that kind of solves the problem.
I love Dave. I love everything he does, but there's something about me where I go, I know behind closed doors he's the most racist, white-hating motherfucker
Well,
there is.
if you
Dave
ever see
Chappelle.
why he
Why?
stopped, you ever see the interview why he stopped comedy? He said it. He was like, I made a joke. He was on the Chappelle show,
Yeah.
and he did the joke, and he was like,
someone
and he
laughed at
said,
it.
he said the white guy next to me was laughing a little too hard. And then when you think about that, when you really think about that, and you won't understand it unless you've been in a situation like we've had this conversation, not to bring it up to race or anything, but you won't understand it. Like, it's a certain thing when someone's laughing with you. Like when I say a black joke or you say a black joke, we're all laughing. It's funny. We're laughing together. Like it's a thing. But
But then there's
when
the
you're,
one guy who's gut laughing.
like laughing a little too hard,
Yeah.
like haha, this is what I really think.
Yeah,
You know,
that
and
that was the thing.
And you got to think at that level how many people he had that weren't laughing.
Then
with
fire
him.
that guy and just keep it moving.
Yeah, but he
like
probably
that's
had
what
a-
I don't
But
understand.
that's Hollywood though. It's real racist
But
up there.
it's
Think
his
about what
show.
like
And at that point,
Is it
he
his-
did Rick James at that point. This was season 3. You're gonna tell me Comedy Central's not gonna go? Yeah, Dave wants you gone. You're gone.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter who it is. He's the star of the show.
Yeah, but you got to think in that light, how many people he realized then weren't laughing with him? How many people he thought?
Or did he start getting paranoid and going, everybody's laughing at me that way? You know what I mean?
I think he realized what platform he was and how he was portraying the black community and how it was funny and how he was bridging gaps and how he was helping, but at the same time, how he was also like, he was opening the door for people to joke and say things that weren't meant for them.
Like, we're never going to get past racist people. There's always going to be that. Like, so when you encounter it, go, oh, you're just one of those garbage people. Like, that's
yeah,
what
but when
you
you're on
are.
that level, there's a lot of garbage people.
Yeah, but
And it's
hold on,
easy
let's
for a
stop.
white
him
person
to-
to say it, though, but like, and I was
For
going to
him
say
to
that
leave,
with the
for
Dave
him to
thing.
leave,
In his defense, like, I don't live in a black man's world. So
yeah, it's-
there's that constant thing of, I'm already behind in the race being black. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
Like,
listen, comedy, you should be able to touch on anything.
I agree.
But-
I agree.
but
No,
you
but
wanna know-
it wasn't what Dave was doing. It was the guy reacting to the sketch. The sketch was there was a little racist minstrel, like
it was
devil
like
and
a
angel
fairy.
thing.
It
Yeah,
was
like a
supposed to be
racist
like
fairy.
one was supposed to be like proper and like don't act like
Okay.
and then the other one was like, yeah, order that fried chicken.
And I think
Eat
Dave
that,
was
like-
in blackface, right? But that was the thing. I think Dave was like a minstrel,
Yeah.
like racist pixie thing, and he
Mm.
was in blackface. And I think that probably fucked him up too, though. Being in blackface, seeing a white guy laugh like in a way where it's making you uncomfortable, and you're going, I'm standing here as a black man in blackface. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh,
Yeah, it plays a toll when you try to do something for certain people. If you watch the interview where he explains it, it makes sense. And you got to think, like, look at the Clippers, the owner of the Clippers a couple of years ago when he got caught. His girlfriend or his wife was taking a picture with like one of the basketball
He's
players.
calling all of them N-words.
Yeah, and he's like, why are you taking pictures? You got to think when you're at that level of money, and a lot of that is old money. It's a lot of old values.
Mm.
So when you're dealing with someone like a star like Dave Chappelle, and you get that high up where you're around old money, you're not being looked at as you're like something they want to watch. It's almost like an exhibit. I feel like he felt like he was an exhibit instead of a comedian.
Well,
he
he
was
made
trying to
himself that, though. Like, no one, Eddie Murphy didn't feel that way. Martin Lawrence didn't really feel that. Martin Lawrence went crazy, but
Yeah, but did he? They
what?
said that Chappelle went crazy.
Yeah, but did he?
No, Martin was literally on the freeway fucking with a gun, waving it around,
Yeah.
going crazy. But that,
Yeah.
he said it was due to a fever and he was hallucinating. I believe him, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I don't think he went, like, black person crazy. I just think he had a fucking moment. But back to my point, though, is that we don't live in that world. You know what I
No.
mean? Like, and we could never understand what it's like to be a black man in America. There's prejudice you deal with, maybe not daily, but you still have to deal with it. You know, you have people that will look at you.
Let's veer. Let's veer.
All right, go ahead.
Too much. What do we got next?
Let me see. I had a LeBron thing, but fuck it. Well, we talked about it. No, fuck that. He got a pass by the NBA for breaking COVID regulations, and they didn't suspend him.
What did he do?
He went to a party with people that he was not supposed to be at, just like every other player is supposed to kind of be confined to a certain area, and he broke COVID protocol, and the league just was like, meh.
How many other people got in trouble for this?
He was the only one at the party. But other people have broken COVID restrictions and gotten suspended.
Who?
A bunch of people.
But that's
last year and this year.
that's a business move. You take LeBron out of the NBA, you suspend LeBron. Who's gonna watch that game now? Nobody gives a fuck.
I understand that, but if I'm a player in the league, I'd be like, fuck you. Like, he broke the rule. If I broke it, I'd be out. Like, fucking, that's what the rule's for. Like, they're playing.
He's not above the rules, but he's a little above the rules.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
John Jones is too.
Yeah, like
John Jones is allowed to
look
do
at Nick.
steroids.
Look at fucking Nick. Nick got 5 years. 5 years for smoking weed. John Jones does cocaine, hits his pregnant woman, and runs.
Yeah.
And fights 6-7 months later.
Nick's just as big as a draw as John Jones, I think.
Yeah.
I think he, as far as
yeah.
pay-per-view watching and draw-wise.
That's what I'm saying though.
Yeah, but
why was John Jones? But Nick
Dana
wasn't.
White. Nick also talked mad shit about Dana White and shit on UFC. Like, that's why, because they were like, "Fuck you, you don't want to be here anyway. Then fuck you, you're not going to be here." But Jordan allegedly, when he went to play baseball, it was due to a gambling suspension that the league put on him. That was the rumor. No one really knows for sure if it's true or not. But if that's true, they suspended Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm LeBron and I want to be this leader and this NBA representative, I would say, no, give me the suspension and show everybody I'm just like everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, that's the right thing to do.
You're not like everybody else, though. You're LeBron fucking James.
They locked up
Fuck
Muhammad
that.
Ali, bro. You know what the fuck?
Yeah, it's different times. It's a lot of different times. Now, BLM, all this stuff, not to get back on the race thing, but it's
that has nothing to do with the whole league's black.
Yeah, but it'll just go. You can't lock up the face. You know, the
You
face
give him
of
a
the
3-game
brand.
suspension. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying I don't agree with you.
And
I'm just saying
I
you
don't
gotta
care if
think
it's
of it from-
playoffs or not. Fuck that. Fuck him. He made the
they
choice
lose,
to do it.
It's a business move. They lose so much money if you take LeBron off the court. Think about how much money. Think about how many people aren't going to those games now. Think
People
about
are
how many-
still going to the
He's a huge
games.
draw.
People are still watching it. Lakers fans are going to watch regardless whether
If
he's
you
there or
ask
not.
somebody that doesn't watch basketball, never watched a game of basketball,
They watch LeBron games.
about today, it's like they don't know who LeBron James is,
Of
just like they
course.
knew who Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
is.
no, I
So
understand
you can't take the face away. And like you said, the suspension with Jordan was never
It's alleged, though. No one knows if that was...
alleged.
Yeah.
Alleged. You know, so it's like, can you really say, oh well, he gets a pass? I mean,
No, but
a
we
lot
all
of
blatantly
athletes get-
seen him get a pass. Everybody knows you broke this rule. Other people have been suspended for it, and
Yeah,
nothing
but the
happened.
things he does,
No
it's like-
fine, no suspension, no nothing.
It's LeBron James. You know,
It
it's,
doesn't.
it's-
That's what pisses me off even more. Like, fuck.
You should,
He
you
shouldn't.
should be setting the fucking example.
No, you're right, but
And he shouldn't have been out at that party. That's
No.
even bigger. Like, you're
100%.
LeBron James. Lead by example. You're the fucking league representative. King fucking James. You want to be the Michael Jordan. Lead by example. He shouldn't have went to that party.
yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree with you 100%.
You're just looking at any reason to fucking.
No,
pick
but it's
on him.
things like that that make me as a viewer of him go, fuck this guy even more. Like, fuck him even more. Like, he shouldn't get special treatment. The league rule's the league rule.
But
That's it.
in today's basketball, LeBron James is the best player.
But if Steph Curry fucking did it, he'd probably get suspended.
I don't think so.
If Kevin Durant did it, he gets suspended.
I think they'd suspend Russell Westbrook. That's about it as far as that goes. If CP3, if Chris Paul did it, if Melo did it, he'd get suspended because he's already in the press.
Well,
You know
Melo,
what I'm saying?
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
But like LeBron's the face of the NBA. In today's NBA from 2010 to 2021, they could fucking take who's that? The NBA logo, Jerry West.
Yeah.
You can make
They need to make the Jumpman that logo.
Yeah, 100% they do. But I'm saying you
Wait,
could
What?
They need to change the NBA logo
from Jerry West to
Jordan.
LeBron. To Jordan.
To Jumpman.
But I'm saying for the last 11
So-
years, it could be LeBron as the logo. That's how famous
Kobe.
and big.
Like, I would accept
Oh,
Kobe
yeah,
as the
100%.
logo also. But there's nothing like distinctive that you can go, that's Kobe Bryant.
Nah,
you
you know
know?
what they could do? They could do the hands.
Yeah.
They could do the hands.
Yeah.
That'd be a fucking hard logo. You know, Kobe's. But he also stole that from Jordan, so it'd be a tribute to both of them.
Yeah, that was Jordan in the Portland game,
Yeah.
which I watched live. Great fucking game. There was what I have here. Oh, Seth Rogen.
The pickle? Are you talking about the American pickle?
Yeah, that guy. You
I
know,
almost watched it on the
it
flight.
was all right. It wasn't big.
I was this close, and I was like, I just don't like Seth. After Knocked Up.
Well, that's where I'm going with this. Seth Rogen movies are funny.
Mhm.
The movies that he's the star of.
Yeah.
But is he funny?
No. Seth Rogen doesn't really make me laugh. He makes me laugh when he's with other people, like in Knocked Up with Paul Rudd and
All
know,
the other people were
Well,
funny.
Listen,
And
no,
this is the
what
end.
What he does is he surrounds himself with funny people, and his reactions are like
they're part of the funny.
they're part of the funny, but they're not the main attraction of it.
I can't think of anything memorable of him being funny. Like I look
Knocked
at
Up
this
was
as
the
the
only
end.
thing.
He supports the funny. I don't know. It's.
But you're supposed to be the star, so how are you
Yeah,
going
but
to be the
he's
star
the
and support
star
the
of
funny?
the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, I
Like
agree.
it's a Seth Rogen movie, but everyone else is the funny part.
Yeah.
You know, like
Like look at Knocked Up. The funniest part in that movie to me is when they were on the line, and she's like,
two
"You're
girls,
doorman,
yeah.
doorman." He's like, "You're right." You know,
I want some fucking pancakes.
Yeah, he's like,
oh no, that's
he's-
40-year-old version.
he's like, "You're pregnant. She's old. Can't have a bunch of old pregnant bitches running around the club."
But I bring
You
I
know?
bring him up for another reason. But that had me thinking of like, you know what? Fuck him anyway, because he's not the funny guy to begin with. Like he's just not.
Yeah.
But he was doing an interview, and Franco's going through all his shit, and him and Franco,
They're like best friends.
best friends for life, right? Like they've been best friends forever.
Yeah.
And the reporter was like, "Are you ever going to work with him again?" And this piece of shit says, "I have no plans in the future to work with him." I look at that and go, "This is your best friend for how many years? Like, and you fucking just turn your back on him publicly like that?"
Who did this? Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Why?
What a piece of shit.
Because Franco got me too'd.
What?
Yeah, you didn't. Why do you think you haven't seen him?
What do you
That's
mean
why
got
when
Me
the
Too?
Disaster Artist came out, all the Oscar talk went away immediately.
Wait, how do you get me too? What do you do?
Apparently he was like grooming younger chicks, or he was putting girls in uncomfortable positions in his acting school. Again, these are all allegations. Nothing was like confirmed.
And he really just outed him
And
like that?
he was like, "I have no plans in the future to work with him." And it's like, dude, you wrote movies together. You've acted in how many movies together?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Going
you
back-
like
You
that.
guys are played best friends because you were friends like that.
Yeah.
Not the Hobgoblin, bro.
But going
know?
back to Freaks and Geeks, like when they were first,
Yeah.
paired up together.
That's kind of fucked up.
That is super
this
fucked
real?
up.
That's like you doing some grimy shit, and people being like, "Well, what do you think of Richie?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't fuck with him no more."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
like as long as you didn't do any grimy shit that affects me and my family, and or become a pedophile, like other than that,
Other
there's
than
nothing.
that,
Like
yeah.
even if you murdered someone, I'd still be like, it's my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
He
know.
probably had a reason.
Yeah.
The guy
Or
probably
even if
fucked
he
up.
didn't, it
Shit
doesn't change.
happens.
Like he didn't murder me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Word.
But to sit there and publicly turn your back on
your best friend,
your
that's a
best
piece of
friend,
shit
like,
move.
That's fucked up.
Fuck you, Seth Rogen. If you're listening, fuck you.
Yeah,
that
like
is fucked up.
I saw that, and people
You're not even funny anyway.
were kind of like helping him out a little bit, being like, "Well, he said he doesn't have plans in the future. It means there's no plans right now."
Yeah, but that's your
Nah,
covering
you're
for-
throwing your boy under the bus.
Which
Yeah.
which he should have been like. For me, an acceptable answer would have been, "Right now, we have no plans to work on something, but if something comes up in the future, of course I will."
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like make it seem like I'm still gonna work with him regardless of what's going
Because
on.
he's my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And
And
there's a-
especially, it gets past the acting, the screen.
You
You
know
know
what's
this
fucked up?
person.
Especially how forgiving America is.
Well,
And
we are, but Hollywood isn't for some reason. Like
Yeah, but-
once, like Franco, he might not ever come back. Look at Louis C.K., who literally did nothing wrong,
Yeah, people won't fuck with him.
and
now.
everybody wants him dead. And it's like, dude, all he did was ask girls if he could jerk off in front of them. They said yes, he did it, and then 5 years later they had a problem.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Let Louis come back.
Yeah.
It's
Hollywood
fucking crazy.
sucks.
Franco, with what he did, that was worse than Louis shit. There's no way he's coming back.
Really?
I can't imagine it. There's certain people, Franco maybe because he's charismatic and he's super handsome, that if he does a role in like 5 years, he stays away, does nothing for five
And smashes
years,
it.
and comes back and murders a role, people will be like, all right, we'll give you a
Yeah,
second
you just
chance.
They need time to forget. That's it.
Yeah.
But James Franco is a fucking goat.
I love Franco. I
Yeah.
think he's fucking
Both the
awesome.
Francos. And what was the movie? It was a little brother. Bad Neighbors. Which was I was gonna say this.
Oh, that's right.
You know
yeah.
who's an underrated comedian actor?
A Seth Rogen movie, by the way, but not the funny part of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Zach fucking Efron.
Mm.
Zach Efron's the star of that movie. And
Yeah.
you ever see Bad Grandpa with De Niro?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh, did
You liked it?
I
didn't
love
like
that
it.
movie. I thought that movie was
I
hilarious.
didn't like it. I thought it was like trying too hard to be raunchy, And like when
I might have been trying to be raunchy, but the comedy, the pure comedy of it was funny. Robert De Niro killed that.
yeah,
When he's like, "Can I say it? Can I say it?"
see,
You know?
I don't think De Niro's done anything worth watching in
What?
the past 20 since like Heat. Like,
Really?
No, well, Meet the Parents. Meet the Parents.
Yeah,
I love Robert
Meet
De
the
Niro.
Parents was fun.
No, I used to, and then he opened his mouth, and now I
No,
fucking despise him. I
he's-
still love the movies that I
political
love,
thing that he did was kind of stupid.
but as a human being,
What do you do
fuck Robert De
political?
Niro. He's
because
just
anybody, listen, if you're an actor or an actress and you get all like political with the president and all that other shit, like shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
But
about
he
your
was sitting there
fucking
going,
stance.
"If I seen you, I'd punch you in the face." And
Yeah, just
Who was he
talking like
talking
a
about?
fucking
Trump.
idiot.
And first of all, De Niro, you're not a tough guy. You're a tough guy in movies. Like, what makes you think you're a tough guy? Because you play one in a movie?
Nah, I don't know. I think Robert De Niro's.
I don't think he's a
Tough.
tough guy. He might know how to box though from doing Raging Bull and that other movie with
I
Stallone.
think I wouldn't fuck with Robert De Niro, even as an old man.
Nah.
You know, Robert De Niro's a little gangster. Yeah,
No, he's not. That's the thing. He plays one good, but he's not.
but to play a role, you gotta kind of.
And you ever watch a normal interview with him? He's a bore fest. He's the most boring, no personality having motherfucker ever.
That's what he
like-
wants you to think.
No, it's what you watch every interview with him. It's the same, just boring. Like you fucking stink. He's awful, and he hasn't done a good movie, like I said, since the one killed the Irishman was good. The last
I
one,
gotta see it. I never had time to watch it.
it
It's
was
like
really
4
good. Yeah,
fucking
it's
hours.
4 hours, but it was
But
was good.
I kept everybody's like, "Yo, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it." I'm like, I don't have 4 hours to just sit here and watch this.
No, it was good. It was good. It's worth the 4 hours.
I might wake up in the morning early.
if you like story-driven movies, like it's not an action,
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
and it's not like
understand
Goodfellas where you're getting a lot of violence constantly.
it. Yeah.
But like that's why I like Pacino. You never hear about him. You don't hear about his personal life. He just makes his movies and does his own fucking
What was the
thing.
last Pacino movie?
Oh, that he's done good, I can't tell you.
Any
But
Given Sunday?
I love that movie.
That movie's such a fucking.
I love that movie.
You
And-
keep fighting.
Dude, when
for
that movie
inch.
came out, a lot of people were like, "Fuck this movie!" Like they just didn't think
They
it was
don't
good.
think. You know why? Because if you look at it as a sports movie, it's not a good sports movie. But
Which
if
one
you
is
look
this?
at it, Any Given Sunday. But if you look at it as a movie, just a movie, don't put it as a sports movie. You look at it as a movie. Everybody killed
If
their
you
fucking
look at
role.
it as a character-driven movie, and
Oh
then
my God,
nothing to do with Jamie Foxx's arc, the way he was a nobody and then becomes the biggest asshole ever, and
I'm gonna go home and watch Any Given Sunday. I think.
I watched it a few months ago, and it was the first time I watched it in years because I caught like the tail end of it on whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch that, and I loved it. The first time I watched it, I was like, it was alright. I wasn't really the biggest fan. The last time I watched it, I was like, this is a fucking great movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's a slept-on, underrated movie. I think it deserves another chance. Let's see what else do we got real quick before we get out of here. Let me see. Army of the Dead. Rogan turns on Franco. John Cena apologizes. to
What's going
China.
on with Connor? Who's he fighting and what's going on?
fighting
Poirier.
He's fighting Poirier.
Oh, Poirier. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
When is this going on?
July 10th.
10th. Yeah, but I hope he wins.
You think? Yeah, I want him to win too.
I want him to win. If he doesn't win, then he's just not. He's gonna be like Cerrone.
You know,
He's gonna be a gatekeeper.
No,
All
how-
his fights are gonna get money, and they're gonna like. But
know
then
how we're
eventually,
gonna know
it's
if
the-
Connor's gonna win or not? The last fight Connor had, you didn't see any training videos. You didn't see nothing on social media.
you still don't though.
No, but that if we start seeing where he starts posting training videos and shit like that, we'll know he's serious.
He's posting. He's posting
Well,
videos.
then we'll know he's serious.
Because
That's
I follow.
what I mean.
I don't follow a lot of athletes.
But that
on the gram.
last
I follow
fight,
him.
dude, you didn't see one video for training, and he always posts training videos.
But people sleep on that fight. That was a good fucking fight on both ends. That it
I
just-
saw it in
Dustin
Connor.
was just
I looked
the
at Connor and
Dustin
I was
was just the better man.
He
And
just caught him before he
Nah,
got.
I
not
saw
even
Connor.
Dustin.
Dude, Connor looked like shit that night. Not
No.
No, what I mean by that is he didn't look like he didn't
He
look
was
like
winning.
he was hungry.
He was winning the fight. I
was
can
love
agree with
tapping
the.
him.
I can agree with the. I think if you go back and watch that fight, you're gonna be like, all right, yeah, he was winning the fight. The calf kicks fucked him up, and I remember it. As soon as he switched his stance, I think he fights southpaw. He switched to orthodox, and as soon as he switched to orthodox and got that first leg kick, it fucked him up. And then Poirier caught a good hit.
Well, Connor
and
stands
fucking-
like an idiot. He always has that left leg far out. He always has that left leg leading out. Like he has that stance where he stands back a little bit, and that left leg is always out and exposed.
Well, his hands are so fucking
Yeah,
good though.
he wants to, he has that left cock
Because he's
ready to
well, that's the
fuck.
thing.
He wants to
looking for the-
counter,
yeah.
so he wants to kick back. So he's kind of drawing you in, like try to do a takedown, try to.
Yeah, but
'cause
as a
I'm
fighter,
I'm
now
right
I'm
here.
noticing that leg's out. I'm gonna attack the shit out of it.
Yeah, I know. But
And that's what Poirier did with the kicks. But most people would try to take that down, try to take that
Yeah.
leg, or
But
or
it's goosing
set a
somebody.
body
When you're standing like that, you're able to goose somebody to
Yeah.
to
make
do
them-
some,
yeah, to
and
do
then you
something
and when you
just
have a counter like McGregor with that
Yes.
left hand,
Yeah.
dangerous.
it's like
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
dangerous,
It's a slingshot.
dangerous.
I'm dangerous too.
I'm dangerous.
What was it? I was watching To Catch a Predator the other day on YouTube.
Yes.
I got into one of those loops.
Yes,
Which
I
Rich
love
is like,
it.
I love this show.
I love it.
It's the funniest fucking
I
shit.
love
Those guys,
that
they're
show.
the greatest.
You ever see the YouTube ones where they like it's like To Catch a Predator, but it's like a YouTube star doing it, and they like fucking mace him at the end or tase him.
No.
Those ones are so much better.
But so I'm watching it, and whatever. Watch it. There's a tons of. I can recommend 50 of them that are fucking hilarious.
With the cat.
The guy that comes with the
When he's
pizza
like-
and he starts eating it, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You want a slice?" And the guy's like, "Really? You can eat right now?"
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
He's like, you come over here, you're naked, you want to fuck the
Oh,
cat.
the Indian guy.
Yeah, he's
Wasn't his
like-
name Aladdin?
He's like, you're playing R. Kelly, you're fucking a cat, you're blowing the dog. What the fuck is going on here? He's like, I'm just hanging out.
Well, the best part is they all go, "Oh, well, I was just coming here, to let them know that we weren't going to do nothing." And then they're like, "Oh, well, we have the chat," and you see their face
Yeah.
go, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, he's like,
Like, oh,
you want
shit.
to you want to stick your hand up their asshole? And,
You told the 13-year-old girl you wanted to fist her and shave her pussy in front of a mirror while you jerk off, and
You
this
told the
crazy
16-year-old
shit.
boy you want to shove your arm up his ass and work his mouth like a sock puppet, and we have that here. So,
But I'm
you know what
watching
I'm
this,
saying?
and one of the guys comes out, and the police are there. At first, remember the first couple of them, they didn't even arrest the guys. They let them go, and the guys were just, okay, bye.
yeah.
And then they started arresting them.
Which they should have done from the
Of
beginning.
course, yeah. But they bring the guy out, and they made a point to go, and then they put him in an unmarked car and brought him to the station. And in my head, I go, they need to change that. They need to make the pedophile being arrested car like brightly colored with a huge sign that says this is a pedophile. Like fuck anonymity.
A big pink stripe on it.
Fuck anonymous. Fuck an unmarked
Well,
car.
I think because technically it's all allegations until processed in a
Yes.
court of law.
Yeah, but
they
in
have
that
to be discreet
situation-
because let's say for whatever the guy has a really good lawyer and gets off for being a fucking perv. Now he can sue
Yeah.
the show for defamation of character. He can sue the
Yeah,
courts.
but
There's
they
so
pretty-
much that can
there's
happen.
so much evidence against them though with the chats
Yeah, but
and the
there's-
pictures they sent.
Listen, devil's advocate.
No, because
alright?
this is
Keanu
soliciting.
Reeves.
This
If
is
he could do it.
soliciting.
Anybody could do it.
And on the soliciting charge, they're done. Like it's finished. Like that's the whole setup. They wouldn't even invite him in the house if they knew they weren't going to
Yeah.
get him.
Do you know what happened to that show?
Well, Chris Hansen got
See, I call you Chris Hansen.
No. Do you guys know what happened?
something
No.
happened. I forget.
Somebody got killed because of the fucking show.
Oh,
and that's
shit.
why they fucking canceled it because I don't know, yeah, like I said, somebody fucking went and killed somebody over it, and that's why it's on YouTube now.
Well, he started doing his own thing. He like you said, he made a YouTube channel and started doing his own thing. Let me see.
Really? See, I call you Chris Hansen.
But yeah,
I'm not here for no little boy
the
butt.
show was canceled in 2008 in part because
I want some
Louis
man booty.
Conrad, an assistant district attorney in Rockwell County, shot himself. Okay, that's why he was exchanging pictures with 13-year-old boy.
Oh yeah, he was. a
Yo,
public
I had a
figure.
fucking chief. I had a chief in the Navy. A chief's the E7, high up, been in 18 years, get caught in a sting operation and get arrested. And this is supposed to be like one of our leaders.
Yeah.
And they just went through his computer, found like a bunch of dick pics. Like I read the reports because
Yeah.
I was like shredding papers and admin for like extra duty.
Well, you watch that show and you never know. Like some of the
It's crazy, but yo, he was
Some
from
of the-
Brooklyn. He was my boy. He would
Yeah.
hook me up with qualifications all the time. We would laugh, joke. He was one of those guys that wouldn't like, some people are really professional where it's like I'm 17 years in, you're 2 years in. That's the relationship. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you're like a younger brother. Nah, he was like my boy. Like we would go out, get fucked
And
up together,
What
drink,
happened to him?
and he got caught in a sting. He was talking to like some 17-year-old in
Ooh.
Florida. Stopped, but he got off it though because they kept reaching out.
well, 17 too. That's like
No, no, it wasn't 17. I'm sorry, it was 16. But he got off it because they baited him. Like he was answering, he stopped for like 2-3
and
weeks.
then
They
kept-
went back out, and then that's how he got off it. But obviously he got kicked out of the Navy and fucking
Ouch.
But he's not a pedophile, so he got lucky.
Well, yeah, watching that thing, I was like, they need to have like the Pope Mobile. Remember that glass thing?
Pope
And
Mobile.
put the pervert in the Pope Mobile and drive him through town and with huge lights. This is a pedophile, and fuck that. Put him in
Pedophile,
an unmarked car.
pedophile,
He
pedophile.
doesn't deserve an unmarked
like
car.
a siren.
Yeah.
Pedophile,
Here comes a
pedophile.
pedophile. Everybody look at the pedophile.
and you go down the busiest streets. You're going to fucking in Times Square, driving in this fucking Pope-mobile.
There was the one where the guy got away, and the next day he ended up getting caught again at the McDonald's.
Fucking
Like they
dirtbag.
let him out of the house,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I'll never
Those
do
are the
this
people
again."
that just get punched in the face
It's fucking-
randomly for walking down the street.
But
That's what everybody should
like
just
what
attack
goes through
this
your
person.
head that you got away. You got away.
You get let back
You
out.
lucked out. Like you're so fucking lucky that you got away and then you get
And then you
arrested. And
do
the
it
very
again.
next day,
You have problems.
yeah.
Like you have some fucking serious fucking issues.
Yeah,
Whoa, this thing is fucked up. Now I'm working.
All right.
I pulled it. My bad.
All right, that's going to be it for us. Super Ugly Show. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel there, Super Ugly Show. Hit the subscription button and that notification bell. All our old episodes are on the YouTube channel. Some episodes don't get brought over to the brand. Some episodes don't get brought over to the brand. That's why if you listen to us on the brand, sometimes you'll see 264 and then it goes to like 266. We don't send every show over to the brand. So, you know, you're missing stuff, and that's that. So go to our YouTube channel.
Super ugly.
Speaking of the brand, go to russosbrand.com right now and subscribe. It's only $3.95 a month. You get brand new shows every single day from Vince, Ben Hameen, Stevie Richards, Kevin Sullivan, bunch of other people, too. The beautiful people. Shane Douglas, and, you know, all sorts of other stuff. opradio.com. Go to opradio.com and buy some merchandise or check out the podcast. Or just check out Opie Radio wherever you get your podcasts, either iTunes, Spotify. And then, of course, Statement Games. Mark.
Fuck.
Where are you, Mark? we want you here so bad. In little booty shorts and a fucking a tight wife beater. Yeah. Statement Games. Go to statementgames.com. There's playoffs happening all over the place, and you can place free prop bets. You can win real cash gift card prizes or memorabilia. You don't have to pay to play, but you can, and probably increases your odds of winning. So go to statementgames.com. Unfiltered Marriage is not happening tonight. Jess is on a little hiatus. We don't know when we're going to be back, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. Lately, she just really hasn't been feeling doing it, and, you know, that's her decision. So that's that.
It's a woman's choice, right?
That's
God
right.
damn it, consent, motherfuckers.
That's right. All right,
Get
guys, that's it. We'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.